And hello, race fans. Welcome to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It is that time of the year. We've done the practice. We've done the qualifying. Everybody has earned their starting positions, and we're here for the 2022 running of the Indianapolis 100. Oh my gosh, guys. I could not be any more excited. This is the first time in 2 years that we've run this big race here on this channel. And this is literally the day before the Indianapolis 250, so this couldn't have fallen at a much better time. Hello, once again, I'm really excited. I'm Elijah Leonard, and alongside me, for the first time, by the way, I have a co-commentator for the first time in a while. It's C.E. Walker.
What's up, everyone?
So, C.E.
How are y'all doing? Go ahead. Sorry.
Nah, you're good. I'm just really excited. But no, CE, man, this is the first time I believe you've been to the racetrack. You've seen the practice sessions, qualifying, final practice. We even saw an amazing Papa John's Truck Series season opener here for the Indiana Bash. But now we're here for the big one. The big one when it comes to Indianapolis 100 festivities. What is something that you've been looking forward to coming into this race?
If I remember some of the old races and stuff, we'll probably end up having a single file once in a while, but maybe some three and two wide. I don't know, just like racing some really good racing.
That's the big hope. That is absolutely the big hope that we're looking forward to seeing here. For 40 laps of action here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. On the front row, you see it right there. That's the number 28. To the inside, that's Colin Cropley, and alongside him is the number 3 of Val Moscow. Well, I don't think there's really anything else to say, so why don't we go ahead and get on down to the action. The drivers are strapped into their cars. Pre-race ceremonies are just now starting to wrap up, but in order to get these 34 bullets rolling out on the racetrack, we got to get the command to fire the engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
Man, I really wish those engine sounds lasted a little bit longer, but the engines have fired. Pace cars rolling off, and so are the 34 drivers. Starting grid is rolling at the very bottom of your screen. And CE, man, why don't we go ahead and make some early predictions? Who are you going to keep your eye on here for this race?
Well, looking at the starting grid right here, I'm taking a look at the front 10. I'm keeping my eye on you could correct me if I'm butchering these names. I'll keep my eye on the second place guy of Val Moscow. Have you seen Moscow?
Moscow. Val Moscow.
Yeah. I'm keeping my eye on Val Moscow. Keep my eye on the 22 of Wyatt Walker. I think I might keep my eye on the one car of Stephen Cologne.
All right. Well, somebody that I'm keeping an eye on here for this race is Wyatt Walker, of all people, because here's the thing. I have been really excited to see what he's going to be capable with behind the wheel of an Indy car, because in my belief, if I'm correct, this is his first Indianapolis 100. I believe this is the first time that he's ever stepped foot in an Indy car. He's more particularly a stock car guy, but getting behind the wheel of an Indy car like this one, he's done an absolutely amazing job starting in the 4th position, and I think he might do well here in this race. The field comes off of turn number 4. Pace car hits pit road, and the field is going to be put in the hands of Colin Cropley and Val Moscow as they work their way down the long straightaway towards the yard of bricks. We're getting ready to see the green flag. It's time for the main event. The 2022 Indianapolis 100 is green. And the man we said to keep an eye on is Wyatt Walker, right off the bat, making moves. Jump down to the inside line, and he's already making a move for the lead. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I was hoping we wouldn't see 3 wide here, but it looks like we may see it. Maybe. I'm hoping not. Looks like we're good for the time being. Meanwhile, coming around to complete lap 1. Who will lead it at the stripe? I think that was Wyatt, just by 1/100th of a second. Oh, and it looks like we're going to be 3 wide here coming out of turn number 2. 3 wide is something that we have been talking about all week long. That is something that you do not want to see at a racetrack like this because it could spell a lot of chaos. They come out of turn number 3 and they're going to be crashing. Colin Cropley around. Joey Miles into the wall hard. How many more cars are going to get collected? It looks like this might be just a 2-car incident. First caution of the day is out. And Owen Miles leads them back to the yellow. My goodness gracious. What a way to start the Indianapolis 100.
And we're already on like the 3rd lap.
We're already on the 3rd lap and this has already happened. Man, chaos may be the theme here for this Indianapolis 100. You just have no idea. But Owen Miles did lead him back to the caution flag. Wyatt Walker, I did see he got involved in it. He might have gotten a little bit of may have gotten a small piece. Hit the outside wall, and I believe he did send the 28 up into the outside wall going into turn number 4. But he is still inside the top 10. It's kind of unknown if he actually is going to come to pit road to survey the damage. But we'll have to wait and see here. And as the field works their way off of turn number 4, let's see what the strategy is going to be. And it looks like everybody's going to come down pit road. So pit strategy playing an early effect here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Every single one of the 34 cars are coming down pit road at the very beginning of this race. This is actually a pretty interesting strategy, a strat play by all of these drivers and all of these teams as well. So let's see what the actual strategy is going to look like. Oh, Casey Wells gets off of pit road first, and it looks like she's going to win the race off of pit road. Terry Walker will come out second. Owen Miles will come out third. And I believe that was the 18 of 16 of Ryan Durrani. Or not, sorry, my bad. I'm looking at the starting grid. But the 16 of Ryan Durrani comes out. Looks like it's going to be in the 4th position. 5th will be Stephen Colon. 6th will be, looks like the 11 of Kathy Jabbar. 7th will be the 19 of Alex Ramps. 8th, coming out of the pits, I believe that is, yes, so the number 10 of Nathan Stapleton. 9th, Jeff Leifler, and Chris Reynolds completes the top 10. Let's go back and see what happened that caused our first caution of the day here in the Indianapolis 100. So 3 wide going into turn number 3. As I mentioned, this is something that we have been talking about all week. This is something that you just absolutely do not want to do at a place like Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and you're about to see why here on this aerial view. You see Colin Cropley, he is squeezed in between Titan Nicholas and Joey Miles, even Wyatt Walker as well. But somebody slides up here. It looks like it's all of the inside line that's just comes up. And Titan Nicholas gets into the 28 of Colin Cropley. Henry Dahl gets involved in this. And Val Moscow gets collected. Wyatt Walker was involved slightly. And he does send the 28 back up into Joey Miles and into the outside wall. How this wreck was not bigger than what it was, I have absolutely no idea. But man, oh man, that's wild. That's wild. Actually, I say that in the stance of this could have been way worse than what it actually was, but Thankfully, it wasn't. First caution of the day is out here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It was Owen Miles that led him back to the caution flag, but it's Casey Wells that will be leading them to the restart after this multi-car crash that was a little bit smaller than what I thought it was going to be. So stick around, folks. We'll be right back for the restart. We're back here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're just wrapping up our first caution flag of the race that just took place early here in the Indianapolis 100. And it looks like all the drivers are still in this race. Nobody's a lap down. Nobody's smelling what the rock is cooking. And it looks like we're good to go here for this restart. Casey Wells is the leader to review your top 10. Terry Walker's in second. Owen Miles third. Ryan Durrani is fourth, and fifth position is the number 1 of Stephen Colon. Running in sixth is Kathy Jabbar. Seventh is Alex Rance. Eighth, Nathan Stapleton. Ninth, Jeff Leifler. And rounding out your top 10, that is Chris Reynolds. Man, like I said, I was not really expecting that wreck to be as small as it actually was. I thought it was going to be way worse than that, but coming to the restart, CE, we're going to have a single file restart. What do you think we're going to expect here?
Probably a bit more calmer of a start. As we're about to go green right now, that could be different. As the green flag's out and we're back underway.
A little bit of a smoother restart at that time. At that point right there, Casey Wells gets a really good jump on that restart. Terry Walker right now running in the second position, feeling pressure from the 27 of Owen Miles. Looks like he might duck to the inside coming out of turn number 2. He's got the nose peeked out. We've already have a battle for the fifth position. Kathy Jabbar trying to take it away from Stephen Colon as they go down the backstretch going into turn number 3. Man, oh man, the action's already getting pretty dicey here on this restart. 3-card blanket for the race lead. Terry Walker dives to the inside. Car number 12.
I thought they were about to go 3 wide for a minute.
Yeah, that would not have been a... Like I said, that really wouldn't have been a good thing. We already saw a prime example of why 3 wide just does not work here at a place like Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We even saw that take place twice in the Papa John's Truck Series season opener. Not just in turn, I think it mostly was in turn, not just in turn 3, but I think it was also mostly on the other end of the racetrack over in turns 1 and 2. Terry Walker has the lead for the moment. Here comes Owen Miles to the inside. A little bit of assistance from the 16 of Ryan Durrani. They come back down the front straightaway. They're starting to group back up as they come down the front stretch and across the yard of bricks. Miles takes back the lead, but Durrani wants it back. Ryan Durrani back in the throwback Daytona 500 for the 1988 Winston Cup cars. Actually had himself a pretty solid one. Won the Busch Clash, did pretty solid throughout qualifying and practice, did well throughout the race itself, and we're going to go 3 wide. Casey Wells wants to make it 3 wide, and that's not going to work. Durrani in the wall, Miles in the wall, Terry Walker around, Alex Ramps flipping. Going through turn number 4, everybody trying to take evasive action, and that may not be good because everybody's starting to stack up. The caution is out. And I believe that was Casey Wells that led him back to the caution flag, just barely over Stephen Colon. Want to watch for this, though, because everybody was spread out down the front straightaway while they were trying to avoid all these other cars that went into the outside wall. Terry Walker was one. I know that for a fact.
Did I see, I don't know if I was right. I don't know if I'm correct, but did I see a number 19 about to go flipping?
Yeah, that was the 19 of Alex Ramps. Ramps did go upside down onto his roof. Not really the roof, but more so the top end of his car. He is fired, and he's off of pit road miraculously. I don't even know how that car's still running.
I don't know. He ramped himself off that one, another car.
Yeah, it looks like he is taking the...
if you see what I did there.
That's funny. But he is taking the access road. He is down on the inside, and I believe he probably got his car refired from the accident scene, which is just right here over in turn number 4. And I believe he is going to be taking his car to pit road and probably the garage area. It looks like Owen Miles will come down pit road. Same for Terry Walker and Jeff Leifler. Everybody else is going to stay out, however. So it's just these 4 cars that are coming down pit road. I think I do see some wing damage on the 29 of Jeff Leifler. Yeah, the left front wing is definitely bent up pretty good here. But same thing for, I think, Terry Walker. Might probably just pancake the outside wall. He might have some mechanical damage, but you never know if he's actually going to continue in this race. So miraculously, every single driver has been able to complete the race right up till this point. Alex Ramps, the first retiree in this one. And Owen Miles is not going to join him. It looks like he's going to stay out with these other 2. So our second caution of the day is out. It's Casey Wells leading. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at a replay of what in the world happened going into turn number 3. So it's the tail of turn 3, part 2. This is a similar situation, this time going into turn 3 once again. You see Casey Wells diving to the bottom. Ryan Durrani gives her room. But the thing is, at a place like Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and with the sun being out, the grip level is so low, these drivers start sliding all around the racetrack, especially in corner entry. And you're going to see Ryan Durrani squeeze Owen Miles up into the wall. And Terry Walker tries to avoid, but he gets caught up, unfortunately. And we're going to look at Alex Ramps here as this wreck is happening. Durrani comes down, man, hits the passenger side of Alex Ramps. Look at that. 19 goes flipping side over end. Nathan Stapleton just barely gets by unscathed, as well as everybody else taking evasive action. I'm really surprised if these wrecks are not as big as what I thought they were going to be. They're normally like 3 or 4 car accidents. This one being the worst one with Alex Ramps going up in the air. So we do have an onboard camera with him. So CE, I hope you brought your barf bag, because we're going to be going over on a ride with Alex Ramps.
I don't have one, but let's see how this goes.
Riding along with Ramps, he was riding inside of the top 10 when all this happened. He just got blindsided. 100% blindsided by that. Man.
Glad he only flipped over like once. He didn't like do like a parallel into the wall. That's probably a good thing, but just tough break. He's like an innocent bystander and all that.
Oh, absolutely. Alex Ramps just a completely innocent bystander, trying to do everything he can to avoid the wreck, and just didn't quite work out for him. Well, this happened right in front of him. You're riding along with Terry Walker. He's actually doing a really good job in this. Look at this, 3 wide right in front of him. You see him, you hear him get out of the gas. He was trying to get off of the 27, but his right front just got caught on the right rear quarter panel, the right rear corner of Owen Miles' car, and he just got basically collected in this. Just narrowly missed Alex Ramps right there.
You mentioned that this was the crash in turn 3 part 2. It also crashed the Walker part 2 as well, because both Walkers got involved different incidents but at the same place.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Turn 3 is a very treacherous spot in this racetrack, and we're already seeing why it is. But in the meantime, it is Casey Wells that is the race leader, so why don't we go back to the restart here for the 2022 Indianapolis 100. One lap and we'll be back to green flag racing here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Right now your top 10 goes as follows as we come around for the restart for lap number 14. It is Casey Wells the leader. Running in second is Stephen Colon. Third is Kathy Jabbar. Fourth is the 20 of Reggie Fogelman. Fifth is the 2 of Landon Smith Jr. Running 6th, that's John Andrews. 7th is Trey Smith. 8th, Chris Reynolds. 9th is the 14 of Mitchell Hodak. And rounding out your top 10 is the 50 of Ryan Kendall. And surprisingly, as I mentioned, only 2 retirees. Actually, I think the list just grew because now we have Nathan Stapleton and Ryan Durrani out of this race. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly what happened to Stapleton. I think that was probably from the contact that he made with Alex Rams as he was flipping going through turn number 4. But we hardly have anybody out of this race, and that is actually kind of surprising to me because we go back to 2020, the most recent Indianapolis 100 that we did. There were at least just a little over half the competitors still in this thing, and man, I don't even know how to really what to really think of this, but I guess this is
we're not even halfway.
We're not even halfway. We've already had 2 caution flags, and hardly anybody's gone out, which I think is a really good thing as the green flag is back out. Good restart by the front 3. Cologne tried to take a peek to the inside of Casey Wells. Wells just slammed the door going into turn number 1, and I think that might give Kathy Jabbar the advantage going through turn 2. Maybe not. Cologne to the inside.
Well, Cologne, it seemed like since the last 2 times, you better watch out for what happens at turn 3.
Oh, turn
3 wide.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We almost saw the tail of turn 3, part 3 with Kathy Jabbar. I thought she was going to try to make it 3 wide going into the 3rd corner here, but it looks like she thought twice of it, got back in line and takes the 2nd position, and she might try to get 2 birds with 1 stone here as we go back into turn 1. Reggie Fogelman moving up into the 3rd position. We're already getting a little bit bunched up here towards the front of the field as we're just about 5 laps from halfway coming up. Once they cross the line this time by, Stephen Cologne takes the lead away. And we've already got some more players into this one. As they mentioned, John Andrews in the 26, Landon Smith Jr. in the 2, Reggie Fogelman in the 20. They're all up here towards the front of this one, and they're fighting it out here for the lead. I believe this is a 7-car blanket, 8 if you potentially could count Chris Reynolds, who's not too far back from this little group right here.
And they're 2 by somewhere like 2 wide, somewhere just single file, which is good. Just have to be careful not to go 3 wide when it comes to like turn 3.
Absolutely. I mean, even going into turn number 1 is pretty treacherous in and of itself. Because coming out of the corner into the short straight right here, on the other side of the racetrack, it's just as dangerous. But coming out of turn 4, surprisingly, they haven't done that yet. I say yet very loosely. They might not do it this entire race, but we're seeing some pretty good action right now. Double foul within the first 4 rows. Trey Smith, don't make it 3 wide. Come on, Trey, don't do it. Oh my gosh, he's doing it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, good. We've got that straightened out. Landon Smith Jr. gets in front of the 26, and we're still racing. Casey Wells, I think, is going to try it again. Oh my. Hold on tight. Wells, okay. Man, they're really avoiding 3 wide here like absolute crazy. But I think we might not make it through here. John Andrews threading the needle. That's not gonna work. They're 3 wide, 2 rows deep. Oh my goodness gracious, this is not good. They're crashing in turn 2. Trey Smith stuck in the catch fence. This is the big one. This is the big one. Oh, Jack Jerome goes around on the backstretch. Juan Rodriguez collected. Oh, and Miles got hit. Who was that hit him? Somebody hit him. Oh my gosh. Big crash coming out of turn number 2. Caution is out. And Chris Reynolds leads them back to the yellow flag.
It's the big one at Indy.
Oh my gosh. It's what everybody's been fearing. Oh, Kathy Jabbar. Oh, wait. Sorry. That's the 17 of Matt Martin. Sorry, my bad. But Matt Martin, oh my goodness gracious. Matt Martin, just got involved in this. Juan Rodriguez, nose cone missing and all. He is out of this one. Jack Jerome with a missing right front is not going to see the finish of the Indianapolis 100. Landon Smith Jr. was doing so good in that early portion of that green flag run. Not going to see the light of day in this one. Neither will John Andrews or Trey Smith. Smith went flying into the catch fence in turn number 2. And Owen Miles got hit at the very last second by somebody. I don't know who he got hit by, but we're going to find out on the replay. But my goodness, the big one strikes coming out of turn 2 down the back straightaway here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And we've seen it now happen over in turn 2. Man, like I said, 3 wide is just something you don't want to do. We've already seen it 3 different times in this race.
And everyone's coming down pit road now to do their service.
Yeah, it looks like now the question is who's going to get out first. One of the couple of the first drivers that went down into their pit stalls were Ryan Kendall and Emily Anderson. Both of those two got into their stalls first. Looks like they're going to come out first, but the question is who will be leaving pit road first. That's going to be interesting here. We're going to find this out. Everybody taking 4 tires. And it looks like the 24 of Casey Wells will beat everybody off of pit road. Coming out second will be Ryan Kendall. Then third will be the 9 of Chris Reynolds. Emily Anderson will come out fourth. Allison Rain in the 77 will come out fifth. Sixth will be the 14 of Mitchell Hodak. Seventh will be the 44 of Austin Christie. Eighth will be the 3 of Val Moscow. Ninth will be the 5 of Elijah Gordon. And completing your top 10, coming out of the pits, will be the 1 of Stephen Colon. Let's go back and review that carnage that took place on lap 19, just shy of halfway in the Indianapolis 100. So this really took place down the front straightaway, starting with the 26 of John Andrews trying to thread the needle. We're going to slow this down a bit here as they come out of turn number 1, heading into turn 2. Casey Wells slides up also. I thought they were going to go 4 abreast at that point. But you see here going back into turn 2, Wells also slides up, makes room for Chris Reynolds. But watch right here. I think they were 4 wide for a little bit. Then you see Kathy Jabbar slide up right into the path. Wow, look at that 88. Right up into the catch fence and gets caught in the catch fence. Car caught in the catch fence. There's another car flying in the air. That's Landon Smith Jr. There's where Juan Rodriguez gets involved. There's where Matt Martin gets involved. Gordon misses this. Jerome and Logan Williams in the 7 do not miss this. And somebody hit Owen Miles at the very last second. I'm trying to look for him. I think he's within that smoke. That's John Andrews. I'm trying to look for Owen Miles. Miles, was somewhere in this pile, but I can't quite specifically tell where. There he is. There's Owen Miles. I think here's what's happened to Owen Miles. He tries to avoid the accident, and I think he just hit Kathy Jabbar at the very last second before she teleports to pit road. Yeah, right there. Hard hit from the 27 to the number 11 of Kathy Jabbar. And CE, this is just a product of trying to avoid an accident, especially if you're that far back. There's so much smoke, you can't even see what's on the other side. And once you come out the other side, you have no idea if there's going to be another car lying in the middle of the racetrack.
Yeah, and what I witnessed so far, the corners are the death sentence of all of them. I'm probably saying the wrong words here, but just like you have to make sure you're like 2 wide of those corners, or something like this will happen. And we just had a really huge wreck out of this one. Took out a lot of good cars.
One more time, we're playing this at speed. We're going to take a couple onboards here in a little bit, but this is exactly what happens here. saw 3 wide, 2 different points, almost 4 abreast. Calamity, cars flying, stuck in the catch fence, sheet metal, tires flying everywhere. We're at the halfway point.
We're just lucky that everyone walked away from this.
Man, this hit right here, man, that was ferocious. Absolutely ferocious, man. Just coming to it towards the halfway point. I mean, especially in a race like this where the stakes just get higher every single lap. You got to go for whatever spot you can. You can't lift, and this is the byproduct of exactly what happens in this type of situation. Let's go on board with a couple cars. First with the 2 of Landon Smith Jr. So it's our understanding that the 2 of Landon Smith Jr. rode up against the wall when this was all happening. But you see the first row of 3 wide, but Landon Smith Jr. does not see the second row right up until that point. Wow.
Did he make contact with the I don't remember what number that was in the fence, but it's like, did he make contact while that driver was in the fence?
I believe he did. I think Smith did make contact with the 88 that was stuck in the catch fence coming out of turn number 2. But yeah, Landon Smith Jr. just went flying everywhere and got hit at every single angle.
Yeah, Smith made contact with Smith, so yeah.
And speaking of Smith, we're going to go on board with the other Smith, Trey Smith. So hopefully hopefully you can go buy barf bag at the concession stands out here during this break, because man, we're going to have some flips.
I'd rather buy me a hot dog.
So Landon Smith Jr. was up towards the front of the field. At one point, I believe he was leading right up until this point. But you're going to see right here, Junior gets blindsided. Whammo. Good thing he didn't get stuck in the catch fence. It just kind of like what happened to Austin Dillon a few years ago, back when he went flying up into the catch fence, came to a complete stop. Only difference was Trey Smith landed on his all 4 wheels at that point, but unfortunately he's not going to see the checkered flag here in this race.
Unfortunately, and you mentioned that Austin Dillon wreck. Another difference, like this car looks more, don't look all of that beat up and stuff like that Austin Dillon wreck.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the only difference is this car is just 10 cylinders, so these cars are going to go faster, up to that 225-mile-an-hour range, and they're lighter as well. So that's something to keep in mind there. But in the meantime, we're going to take a small commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to have the restart for you, so don't go away, folks. We'll be right back. We're back here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. They just got 1 to go, and we're just past the halfway point. We're going to be restarting a lap 23. We've got a lot more retirees here in this one. Owen Miles, Trey Smith, Landon Smith Jr., John Andrews, Kathy Jabbar, Juan Rodriguez, Matt Martin, and Jack Jerome all join Alex Ramps, Nathan Stapleton, and Ryan Durrani in the garage area. All of those drivers, along with those 3 that went out earlier in the race, have smelled what The Rock was cooking. I bet he's cooking a really good barbecue down there. We have 23 cars left on the racetrack. All of them are on the lead lap. And CE, we're just past the halfway point in this race. Just with 18 laps to go coming here. What do you think we're going to expect here within these final 18 laps?
I'd say more carnage. Then we got more carnage, but hopefully they can at least keep it all straight, and we can finish this thing off on a high note, not as a wreck fest.
Fingers crossed that we don't do that here. Here we come to the restart. Top 10 goes as follows. It's Casey Wells, the leader. Ryan Kendall second. Chris Reynolds third. Emily Anderson fourth. Running in fifth is Mitchell Hodak. Sixth is Allison Rain. Running in seventh is the number 44 of Austin Christie. Then it's Val Moscow eighth. Elijah Gore ninth. And Stephen Colon completes the top 10. 18 laps to go. Green flag. Somebody making moves in the back. I think that's the 7 of Logan Williams. And chances are there are some drivers that have damage from the previous wreck that are still in this race, and they're not going to be quite up to speed with the rest of these other drivers. So that's something to watch out for as this race goes on, should we get into a longer green flag run than what we've been getting.
I feel a couple of those names will probably be both the walkers that were involved in the previous wreck, along with the I'm trying to think. It's hard to remember all the names.
Oh, caution's back out. Oh, there was a wreck in turn 4. It involved the 98 of Darian Taunt, the 7 of Logan Williams, and our pole sitter Colin Cropley.
And it looks like their pole sitter and the the 7 look like their engines were blown, so their days are done.
Yeah, and I believe the 98 of Darian Taunt, question mark on this one. He might be able to continue. Let's actually see if this is going to be the case. And no, he's not. He joins everybody else down in the garage area. Oh my. You hit the nail right on the head. This is probably what we might see for the rest of the race. Carnage. But so far, I mean, as far as the front of the field is concerned, we didn't see a big crash. So I'm actually really thankful for that. But as far as the back is concerned, it's a good thing it was only a small wreck, but unfortunately it's going to eliminate a few more drivers. Casey Wells did lead them back to the yellow flag. And our top 10 really hasn't changed a whole lot. So, not much to see there. But let's see what the strategy is here coming off of turn 4. Pit road is open. Let's see if we're going to have any takers. Looks like, no, we're not. And you talk about the walkers, CE, both Wyatt and Terry are still in this thing. They're just on the tail end of this group. They're just doing everything they can to finish this thing. And so far, both of them have actually been doing a pretty good job.
They keep their head up on this. They may, like you said, they'll have a good finish, but keep this. Everyone keeps dragging. They may end up come up with a really good finish at the end of this race.
Right now they're running, Wyatt is running in the 17th position and Terry is running in 19th, so comfortably inside of the top 20 as we speak, but closing in on 15 laps to go here within the Indianapolis 100. Let's go back and take a look at what happened that caused our 4th caution of the day here in the Indianapolis 100. So this is further in the back. Ironically, it's right with where both of the walkers were, and let's see what actually happened here. Going into turn number 3, Colin Cropley and Logan Williams. Walker comes down, but he also slides up at the same time. Colin Cropley also slides up too, so that gives room for Logan Williams to make a run to the inside. It's the tail of turn 3, part 4 in this one, but this is on the exit of turn 3 on the short straight. Williams and Cropley's wheels make contact. They both slide down into the inside wall, and then they both ricochet. Ooh. Wow, look at the 7.
Wow.
And Darian Tong got blindsided by that. That is... wow. Once again, blindside. Blindside has been the theme here at the 2022 Indianapolis 100. We've seen multiple drivers already get blindsided by wrecks like these, and unfortunately, it's taken them out of the race, kind of like what happened to Darian Taunt here, and that's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate for these 3 guys. They were doing everything they could to try to keep their cars in one piece, bring them back in one piece, try to finish the race in a good spot, and move on to wherever else they were racing. But, man, What a shame. Fourth caution of the race. It's a 3-car incident. 2 of them are, well, all 3 of them most likely are 100% going to be out of this one. Cropley, Williams, Tawn, all 3 will be eliminated from the Indianapolis 100. When we come back, we're going to have the restart for you, so stick around, folks. We'll be back for the one restart, not one more restart, but we'll be back for the restart for the Indianapolis 100. Stick around, we'll be back. We are back here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and we're close to 10 laps to go. There'll be 13 laps remaining in the race when they come back to restart this one. And as I mentioned, Logan Williams, Colin Cropley, and Darian Tawn all joined the rest of the other drivers that were involved in major crashes. So we have 20 cars left in this one. And, man, see, I mentioned not too long ago in this race earlier that we did have some major crashes, but they were small and not a lot of people went out of the race, and I might have spoken a little bit too soon. I might have jinxed
you did, but yeah, you did. You spoke too soon, and now all of these drivers we haven't seen yet, all these names running up front. I think that this top 10 list is current. We got the 20, got the 24, the 9, the 50. 18, 77, 14, a bunch of good names. I'm just listing numbers, but you still got, look at the top 10, you still got Stephen Cologne up here. He's still running up here. That, the number 3 of Val Moscow, he's still running top 10, staying out of trouble. And Elijah Gordon rounding it out. They're keeping their nose clean, they're running up there.
They're basically doing everything they can to survive. You talk about Stephen Cologne. Back 2 years ago, he was so close to winning the Indianapolis 100, but got wrecked on the final lap. Here we go, green flag. 13 laps to go in the Indianapolis 100. Wells and Reynolds get a really good jump on that restart. Ryan Kendall didn't get up to speed all that well, and that might open up the door for Emily Anderson to drive underneath. There she goes. Tried it, couldn't quite make the pass here, but let's see if she can do it going into turn number 3.
Unless they make bold moves without much harder here, I think things might be a bit calmer, but I'm pretty sure they're going to eat my word because they're already going 2 by 2. Going down 3 and 4.
The beauty of this is they're slightly spread it out, but that's not going to last for long, though. One car coming to pit road. That's the number 4 of Ryan Gundillo. Gundillo coming down pit road. But meanwhile, back up front, Reynolds takes the lead away as they come back out of turn 1 and into 2. Emily Anderson making the run for second position. Ryan Kendall right behind her as they head down the back straightaway. Battle for, looks like that's the 5th position. Rain wants it. Hodak has it. Oh my goodness, this is getting pretty intense here as they come off of turn number 4. 11 laps to go in the Indianapolis 100. Everybody single file, at least for the time being. But man, I wouldn't want to rule out yellow flags just yet. Here they come through turn number 1. Emily Anderson diving to the inside to try to take the lead away as they come on to turn number 2. Still a little bit spread out, but they're starting to bunch up all at one time. But man, how about this run from Emily Anderson? Hasn't been racing for quite some time. Ever since COVID hit, she was out of the race car for a while. They've been doing a lot of military stuff, but here she is back in the race car, running full-time in the Papa John's Truck Series, leading at the 10 lap to go sign for the Indianapolis 100. All bets are off, or they're about to go off once they hit 5 to go, but the aggression is going to get even more intense, CE. They're already double file as they come down the back straightaway.
It will probably take them long for one, at least try to make that risky move to go 3. And how about, now I'm looking at the little pylon here. I see number 21 up here. We haven't talked about it.
Oh, they're 3 wide. They've got it settled. They settled it down.
They settled it down, but would that be the same thing coming in turn 1?
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be gutsy here. Rain moves up high a little bit, and they get it situated once again. So thankfully, they're getting everything situated. And look at this. That's brought the other cars into this one. You talked about the 21. Audrey Baranowskis inside of the top 10. Gordon is still in this thing. Moscow's pulled back into this. As well as the 20 of Reggie Fogelman. They're getting really dicey. Cologne gets into Christie. How in the world did they save that? What? No way. They saved that. See, you saw the same thing, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that was really good. Rain takes the lead with 7 to go. Coming around this time by Cologne. Almost not only eliminating Christie and probably a few others, but not also himself. Nearly had that happening. He takes the lead away. Casey Wells wants the lead. She's making it 3 wide. Coming out of turn 4. Oh, they're already 3 wide. They're crashing on the front. Crashing on the front straight away. Oh my gosh. Hodak up in the air. Oh my gosh. Rain around as well. Moscow collected. Chris Reynolds involved. A lot of smoke on the front straight away. Walker and Joey Miles miss it. Stack up. So we might have some more eliminations in this race. I don't know yet, but Stephen Cologne led them back to the caution flag. Oh my goodness. CE, we might shape ourselves up here for a Mario Kart dash to the finish, potentially. I don't know 100% yet.
Probably, and the only one, and I'm just looking at here trying to see all the top 10 stuff. The only one of those who's been up front, keeping his nose clean, is the one leading right now.
Stephen
so
Cologne.
He may have a shot to win this race.
See, Stephen Cologne started 9th in this one. He's leading the way. As I mentioned, he was in contention for the Indianapolis 100. Ironically, in a Menards car, if I'm correct. But he got taken out in a crash on the final lap. Britteny White went on to win that one. But Britteny White is not here, so we are guaranteed to have another winner in the Indianapolis 100. Will it be Stephen Cologne? That is the question we're all going to have to ask ourselves here if we do have a restart. Mitchell Hodak is off the racetrack. He is done for the day. Chris Reynolds, same case. Reynolds is also out of this one. As we are approaching 5 laps to go here in the Indianapolis 100, we might have ourselves a really good finish. Let's go back and take a look at that caution that basically slowed the field down for the 5th time here in this race. So, let's review this. If I can clear my throat. So we're going to slow it down here. This is going into turn number 4. Casey Wells gets underneath of Stephen Cologne and Allison Rain. That forces Rain up a little bit higher. And they were, I think they might have been 4 wide for a little bit. Just a tiny split second. But coming out of turn number 4, heading down the front straightaway, Austin Christie in the 44 gets into the 77. Actually, might have bounced off the 3, bounced off the 9, got into the 77. And they just kind of rode like that on the front straightaway. You see Val Moscow hit the inside wall. Reynolds, also the 44 was collected. Mitchell Hodak got caught up in that. But watch the 14. Hits the inside wall hard, flies up in the air. I bet we're going to have ourselves plenty of pilot's licenses by the time this race is over. But did you see that 5 of Elijah Gordon? He just narrowly missed that. He hit the outside wall, but he just narrowly missed the 14 of Mitchell Hodak.
Yeah, he's probably going to be fine. He may have hit the wall, but I think he's going to be fine to make it the rest of the way with that much damage. But just, man.
But look at look at this as well. Look at this. There's so much smoke on the front straightaway. You can't even see the cars that are coming on the other side. My God.
And surprisingly, everyone is able to avoid all that.
Yeah, look at this. Terry Walker, Jeff Leifler get by on the outside. I believe you're also going to see White Walker, Joey Miles come into frame here in a little bit. They're going to come through the smoke, and they're going to weave their way through the aftermath everybody's trying to leave from. Yeah, there they are right there. They come to the inside of Allison Rain. Yeah, look at that. So they were just far enough back to where they wouldn't have to deal with more carnage. But you see this stack up that happened right here. Jeff Leifler, a little bit slow, excuse me. And this is what we call ARCA brakes. You see Joey Miles gets into the back of the 29. Wyatt Walker gets into the back of the 8. I think they're going to be okay because they didn't hit each other too hard. But chances are they're going to be a little bit slower, but I don't think they're going to be slow enough to where they're going to be factors in the finish of this one. But like I said, the caution came out just before 5 laps to go. A little bit before 5 laps to go. Man, oh man, this is getting pretty dicey. We're just going to go straight to the restart, man, because I want to see how this is going to unravel here. So let's rejoin the field as we are inside of 5 laps to go. We will restart with 3 laps to go, and as I like to call it, we're going to have ourselves a Mario Kart dash to the finish. Here's how the top 10 goes as follows. Sorry to cut you off there, CE. Running in the lead, that is Stephen Colon. Running in second, that is the 24 of Casey Wells. Ryan Kendall runs third. Audra Baranowski's fourth. Austin Christie fifth. Running in sixth is Elijah Gorn. Running in seventh is the 20 of Reggie Fogelman. Eighth is the 77 of Allison Rain. Ninth, the 18 of Emily Anderson. Val Moscow completes the top 10.
And just look, going back to the starting grid, trying to see the only people that was starting in the top 10 that's still in this is, of course, the number 1. I think he's the only one actually I can. Oh no, 24 is 2.
And also Val Moscow, the outside pole sitter to this race, is inside the top 10 as well. Well, here we go. It's a Mario Kart dash to the finish. Stephen Colon, as I mentioned, was leading the race 2 years ago before he wrecked on the final lap. He's leading this one. Will he be able to lead coming to the checkered flag? Let's find out. Who will win the 2022 Indianapolis 100? The green is in the air. Cologne gets a good restart. So does the 24 of Casey Wells as they jump back into turn number 1. Everybody single file for the time being. This is going to be pretty intense as they come off of 2. Down the back straightaway, Casey Wells gets a good run. Down the back straightaway, on the rear end of the 1 of Stephen Colon as they hit turn 3. Wells wants the lead. Here they come through turn number 4 this time. They're going to be 2 laps to go here in the Indianapolis 100. Ryan Kendall's right there on the back bumper of the 24. Audra Baranowskis is right there in the background, just in case if anything happens to the front 3. Oh, this is going to be pretty exciting. Here we go. Kendall to the inside, coming out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Double file amongst the front 4. I think it's going to come down to these 4. If all 4 of them get involved in a wreck, it might come down to these 2. Oh, Gordon hit the wall hard, but he's still trucking. But here they come off of turn number 4. The white flag will be flying this time by. One final lap here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Kendall leads it. Will he be leading coming back to the checkered flag? We're just going to have to find out. Audra Baranowskis moves up into the second position. Stephen Colon to the inside, trying to take the second position away. They come out of 2, down the back straightaway one last time. Ryan Kendall is out front still. Baranowskis may have one last chance to try to get to the inside as they go into turn number 3. Kendall has it. Baranowskis, is she going to duck low? She's going to try it. Not quite. The deal is sealed. And the number 50 of Ryan Kendall is going to win the 2022 Indianapolis 100.
How about that?
Oh my gosh. How about this, CE? At the beginning of the month, he won a Cards Against Humanity game. Here he is ending the month with an Indianapolis 100 victory. Oh my goodness. And Audra Baranowskis made a run there at the very last second. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. And she'll have to settle for second. So close, but no cigar. Woo! Oh my gosh, that was
a good race.
That was really entertaining. All the way down to the very last lap, entertaining. Absolutely wonderful. Stephen Colon, he did finish the race this time, but unfortunately, he also came close, but no cigar for him. He'll settle for 3rd place. He did get a podium, however, but it just wasn't enough. But how about that for the 50 of Ryan Kendall? He is your winner in the 2022 Indianapolis 100.
Congratulations to him. He worked hard. He kept his nose clean through all the incidents. That was a pretty good win. He did a tough break for the 1, but like you said, he finished the race.
So it is the number 50 of Ryan Kendall who wins the 2022 Indianapolis 100. Audra Baranowskis is going to come home in the 2nd position. Stephen Colon will finish 3rd. Casey Wells 4th. Reggie Fogelman rounds out the top 5. Then it's Emily Anderson 6th. Elijah Gordon finishing in 7th. Austin Christie 8th. Henry Dahl 9th. And Titan Nicholas completing the top 10. As the rest of your results from positions 11 through 34 scroll on the left-hand side of your screen. CE, man, what did you think of this one?
Pretty good. Pretty wild. I'm just happy I'm here, man.
Oh, man. What a time. What a time to be alive here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. These fans definitely got a whole money's worth of just really good racing here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. At the end of it all came down to a pass that I believe took place with 2 laps to go. Ryan Kendall got by the 24th Casey Wells and just didn't look back from there. All that hard racing happening behind him, and that's what sealed the deal for him. My gosh, though. We do have to go back and mention Stephen Colon, though, as I mentioned. Close but no cigar, but you do have to give credit to him, though. Started 9th, finishes 3rd. Had himself a really, really good run here, and definitely kept his nose clean. I think he was probably one of the only ones that kept his nose clean throughout this whole entire thing, dude.
And finished in the top 10 where he started. His top 10 where he started. That was a pretty good.
Indeed, to say the least. But man, I think that's gonna do it. That will have to do it here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Great racing here for the Indianapolis 100. See, I want to thank you for joining me up here in the booth, and I want to thank you guys a lot for watching this Indianapolis 100. If you guys liked it, be sure to give it a like, and if you haven't considered subscribing, I recommend you do so in order to keep up with some fine content coming in the near future. One more time, congratulations to Ryan Kendall on winning the 2022 Indianapolis 100. And that about does it for us. On behalf of CE, I'm Elijah Leonard signing out, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
See y'all.